I'm delighted that there is a renewed debate on bat versus ball in limited overs cricket. Don't forget, our game is at heart bat versus ball. It's not two bullies each bringing his own bat and saying, my bat's strongest. No, it's about the ball posing questions and about the bat seeking to answer them. And the moment that goes away, you either get 70, 80, 100 run matches or you get 400, 450 run matches, and all of a sudden it's either ball versus ball or bat versus bat, and that is not our game. I mean, look at what happened England versus Australia. England made 481 and didn't celebrate. There was remorse almost, there was disappointment at the fact that they didn't reach 500. Now, who would have imagined 500 runs being made and England having made the highest score were actually disappointed they didn't score a boundary in the last 27 balls. They might have gone past 500. What's that telling you about our game? It's telling you that the people who make the white kookaburra ball are all batsmen. They were all created in this world to go and destroy bowlers and say, let's take them out of our game. Two white balls, so no reverse swing. That's been talked about a lot. And I'm delighted that the mighty Tendulkar has weighed in, that Waqar Younis has weighed in, and that Michael Atherton and the others have started to reply, because we need big voices to stop this carnage against bowlers. This white kookaburra ball doesn't move. That seam in that, you look at it for a while, and if you look long enough, the seam vanishes. So no swing, no reverse swing, and you're playing on absolutely flat pitches where the ball does nothing. If at least the ball gripped and sort of became a little slower, moved direction a little bit, you can understand. But even that doesn't happen. So what does the bowler do? The bowler can either bowl faster or he can bowl slower because the ball's not moving. If you bowl faster, the batsmen don't seem to mind anymore. The faster it comes, the faster it goes. They've got the helmets, they've got the bats, they're playing fast bowlers on the front foot and they're playing shots all around the ground. Pace is no longer a deterrent. Yes, it works, but it's no longer the deterrent that it was. What about the slow balls? Bowlers have no choice but to mix them up. Look what happened to Andrew Tye in this series. He took 4 wickets. He's one of the best white ball bowlers in the world. He took 4 wickets at 55 at an economy rate marginally under 8, because his slower balls were not gripping in the surface. It was not holding at all. They were coming up easily. The batsman was sitting back and hitting him square very, very easily. So even the track is doing nothing for the bowlers. So what do? There's another factor too that sometimes we don't give enough credit for. Yes, the bats are great, but the mindset of the batsman has changed, and physically they're much stronger than they've ever been. And so they're able to muscle the ball. How many times do we see a batsman out of shape and yet with sheer physical brute force, he's knocking the ball over the boundaries? The batsmen are just physically much stronger. The bats are much better, but the mindset has changed. Earlier, you thought, right, I'll get a 250, I'll get a 280, I'll get a 300. Now, with the arrival of the IPL, with T20 cricket all around the world, people are saying, I don't know what is good. And you know what? It's a wonderful world out there. It's like the IT world that came up some years ago. You never know what lies ahead. Let's go out, let's discover what lies ahead. We'll get 500 one day. So what do? The only bowlers who've got a chance are the bowlers who get the ball to deviate off the straight. The fast bowlers are not doing that anymore. The finger spinners are struggling to do that anymore. And that is why we are seeing the wrist spinners come in. They're the only people who are getting the ball to move off the straight. The spinners took 24 wickets in that series between England and Australia. Australia just didn't have a spinner. Australia had a finger spinner who bowled straight. So we need to get that balance back. And I think that will happen very quickly, because this game we believe is box office. It's not really box office, because after a while you want a contest between bat and ball. And I think we need to make a change. On Crickbuzz Live during the IPL, Zahir Khan said something very interesting. He said everything in the game has changed. The bats have changed, the quality of gloves and pads has changed, the surface has changed, even he said the stumps have changed. The only thing that has not changed is the cricket ball. If indeed it has changed, it is because the seam has got more and more depressed. So let's go back to the proud upright seam. Maybe let's go back and find a ball that does a lot more. I'm told the Duke's ball does a lot more than the Kookaburra ball, but batsmen are already complaining. I saw a piece by Mike Selby where he said, look, people are complaining that the white Duke ball is doing too much. If the white Duke ball is doing too much, go get it, embrace it. Let's start using it. Let the ball do too much. Because if the ball doesn't do anything at all, then we don't have a game. We're playing book cricket then. So My suggestion is, for whatever it's worth, the moment you get that seam up again and get the ball to swing in the air, then we will re-establish equilibrium. The spinners will like it even more. I don't know if it'll bring reverse swing back, but 2 balls swinging around will get the equilibrium back. But the time has come. I think you're knocking on the door of rendering the bowlers irrelevant.